Welcome back. June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. And as baby boomer, the population grows older, we're seeing an uptick in the disease. But the good news is we're able to detect the disease earlier, and we can also take some preventative measures. Here to talk about our brain health is Dr. Peter Glebas, the Director of Cognitive and Behavioral Neurology at Marcus Neuroscience Institute as part of Baptist Health. Doctor, thank you so much for being with us. I'm going to jump right in if that's okay. You know, AI recently helped uncover a gene that is a source for people getting Alzheimer's. Can you talk about this discovery and why it's such a big deal?
Absolutely. Good morning, Karen. Thank you for having me. So I'm going to give a little bit of background. So there is this gene, it's PHGDH gene that encodes the enzyme in the brain. And it was, it plays an important role in the brain, but it was also noted that this gene gets upregulated or the enzyme levels go up when the disease progresses. Now, what AI helped researchers to discover that it could be not just the marker, it could be part of the problem. And this gene has a hidden function of regulating other genes, and it can bind to the DNA and mess up how our genes are regulated in the brain. That could be a trigger to early stage Alzheimer's disease. So that is a very, very important discovery. The other thing is more exciting, that scientists found that there is a drug-like molecule that can block this harmful activity of these genes without affecting its normal healthful function. So we're definitely on the standby and waiting for more, data about this discovery.
And I was also reading an interesting new study showing HIV drugs lower the risk for Alzheimer's. That seems like, interesting correlation. Talk about that.
Yes, absolutely. That's another interesting discovery. There is a group of medications that are used for HIV. It's called NRTIs, or nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. But what it was found that it's not only working on virus, but it also reduces the inflammation, and inflammation, including inflammation in the brain. And by doing that, it actually reduces the risk of the developing Alzheimer's disease. The study showed that the risk reduction can go up to 13%.
Okay, so, as people are looking ahead, thinking about what can I do right now to make sure that I am not in that kind of position, what are the preventative things that we can do for ourselves?
To summarize it, we have to take care of ourselves. There is so much science that shows, that the regular physical activity, healthy diet, Mediterranean type diet, clean diet is very important to our brain. Staying socially active, taking care of the cardiovascular risk factors, getting good sleep, taking care of the mental health. Those are all very important things that can possibly keep the disease at bay or even reduce the risk of it.
All right, really good information, a lot of progress being made, and a lot of research being done. Thank you so much, Doctor, for all of that information. If you would like to know more about this month and the awareness and what you can do, go to our website, WPBF.com, or you can always download the free mobile app.